What happens when the Great Awakening goes mainstream? What happens when spiritual knowledge becomes commonplace? What happens when many people start meditating, start trying to break out of the matrix? We are starting to see it now. What is going to happen next? Well, I think one of the first things that we're going to see is massive disruption in the economy and in the job market. People leaving their jobs en masse, not wanting to be a slave to these kind of corporate owners anymore. It's not to say no one wants to work, no one wants to contribute to society, but we recognize the immense destruction that we bring not value often, but just more consumerism, more anger, more hatred, more we take more and more, and people are going to start stepping away from that. We've seen that. We've seen a massive change in the job market. Companies struggling to recruit people. You kind of wonder where everyone was gone, and no one seems to. So no one seems to know. I'm pretty sure what's happening is that they are stepping out and stepping away. The next thing I think you're going to see is a massive increase in spiritual teachers, and some of these are going to be really, really good, and some of these are going to be absolutely atrocious, and they will try and lead people astray. I don't want to focus too much on the negative, but we really need to be aware of the false light. There's a fantastic YouTube video on this, which I will share in the link description below. It's not one of mine. It is from The Alchemist. She's a really fantastic vesicle of knowledge about spirituality, and I love her channel. I really recommend it. But we do need to be aware of the false light. That is many guides and many forms of information, not just people, books, TV shows, all of this kind of thing, which will be kind of saturating and trying to saturate and oversaturate the wealth of information which we have, which is true, or which will take concepts which are true and which are very positive and very beneficial, and then they will twist them. They will start to use things like saying, because manifestation is a thing, therefore people who are in bad scenarios deserve to be in those bad scenarios, and we don't need to feel bad for them. We should just be selfish and look after ourselves and forget those who are under horrible systems of oppression and who are suffering from life. Even if those sufferings are their own making, we can still have empathy and have sympathy for people. I think there's a number of other concepts which are going to be more and more entangled, so just watch out for it. Try not to be, when you have these encounters and you find this misinformation and the twisting of information, try not to become too cynical. It doesn't mean that everything is wrong. It doesn't mean that this path of spirituality is completely bad and that you should just step away from it. There's so much good. There is so much good here that you can discover, but be aware of that which will lead you astray, and don't be too put off by it. You will find negativity in all aspects of the world. You will find falsehoods and lies and misconstructions of the truth wherever you go. It's not going to be limited to spirituality, but it sure is going to come. So use discernment. I think the next thing that we are going to see, and we're starting to see it now, but I think in the next 5 to 10 years is when it's really going to start becoming a lot more mainstream. You're going to hear a lot more about it, is eco-villages and like people getting together in huge groups or small groups even, and saying, I've had enough. I'm not just content with stepping away from my job. I don't want any of this. I don't want anything to do with this. We're going to live together in a communal way, in commune with nature, be off-grid, get away from the government and its influence, and focus on spirituality. And our, off-grid permaculture commune is not just going to be about being environmentally friendly. It's going to be about getting that spiritual knowledge, getting that spiritual truth, and ascending and creating this incredible place. With that is going to come another cult scare. We had a cult scare in the 70s. It's about to repeat. I think 5-10 years, you're going to start seeing this a lot in the media, and the media is going to jump all over it. There will be 1 or 2 places like this where things go wrong. Things are going to go wrong sometimes, and you will hear about it. You'll hear about it and about it and about it. Don't be put off. I am almost certain that we are going to find eco-villages popping up everywhere. Look out for them. Maybe create one. I've found a number of great eco-villages on a site called Workaway, which I will also link down below in the description. That's where I'm going to be going. And I know a lot of people who I've been talking to have got more and more of an interest in this. We just can't bear to be in society anymore, and I'm sure there's some of you watching here now who are exactly the same. You do not need to be an entrepreneur. You do not need to be selling more commercial stuff on Amazon or courses or any of this in order to escape. You don't need to be earning huge amounts of money to get out of this world. That's the barrier which people are trying to create for you. You can get out of this. You can get out of this without having to be some incredible entrepreneur and earn loads and loads of money. And the number one easiest way to do that is in an eco village. So I really hope that we get closer and closer to destroying that money barrier as soon as possible. With the growth of off-grid villages and eco-villages, I think we're going to see an erosion of our rights, and I think we're going to see many restrictions on our ability to travel. We've already seen that. I don't want to be conspiratorial about it all, but I feel like that is another step which is going to be taken. People using all sorts of different tactics to tell you why you shouldn't travel, you shouldn't get out there, trying to keep you in one place, in silence, in chains. And I don't want to be too negative. It may well be that we are able to push back, that it won't matter, that we can let it kind of glean over us, that we find a way to just go against the current, and the current worries about the people and the fish who are actually in that current. But when this awakening goes mainstream, there's going to be so many amazing things which we're going to but really, when this awakening goes mainstream, there are going to be so many amazing things that are going to hit us and we're not even going to see them. We are going to be ascending together in this incredible explosion. The consequences are going to be phenomenal. They are going to go everywhere. And there's going to be so many positive ones. There's going to be an increase in biomass around the world as more life comes into being alive. There's going to be so many mind-altering conversations and amazing music and stories which just take you away on this incredible current. The incredible explosion of knowledge about this as everyone tries to figure out what is going on and what are they experiencing and how do we get through is going to be like nothing we've ever seen before in the past, I don't know, 1,500 years at least. And I think it's going to be incredible to experience it together. If you want me to be part of this journey with you in this awakening process, do feel free to subscribe or have a look at any of my other videos. I'm going to be trying to put more content out there. Please wish me luck, and if you liked this video, then obviously please like it. Please comment as well what you think is going to be one of the things that happens as this great awakening keeps going mainstream. We're not slowing down. So I wish you all the best on your spiritual journey.